Okay, so since Easter is right around the corner, I'm going to my aunt's for brunch, and they're asking everybody to bring something. So I wanted to create these, I'll show a picture right here, these deviled eggs, but they're colored. So I'm going to show you the things that you'll need. So I'm using eggs, and there's only 3 in this one, so I am using 12 eggs altogether. You're also going to need some mayonnaise. I am going to be using a measuring cup. You want some salt and some vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar. A lot of recipes call for white, but there's really no difference. You can use whatever kind of vinegar you have. You're gonna need some sort of pot to boil your eggs in. You're also gonna need a cover for that pot. I also have 4 bowls. The larger bowl is what I'm gonna be using to put the eggs in after I boil them to cool them down. And then the other 3 bowls I'm gonna be filling with cold water and a little bit of food coloring to soak our hard-boiled eggs in. Now you can use one of those little like cake icing decorating bags, but you can also just use sandwich bags, and this is what we're going to be using to put the yolk in to put it into the hard-boiled eggs. Now the recipe also requires, or suggests I should say, paprika and mustard. Mustard to add into the yolk and paprika to sprinkle on top. I don't have either, so those are suggestions. You can definitely go without it. But I also have a container with little egg holders to put our eggs in once they're done. Okay, so I lied to you. I found some paprika, but I'm still gonna go without the mustard. And the last thing is a little bit of paper towel to wipe off our eggs once they cool in the cold water. Okay, so first thing is first, I'm gonna take my eggs and just put them right into the pot, shell and all. Once I have my eggs in the pot, I'm gonna fill this pot up with water until it's just covering the eggs. Now to heat and cook our hard-boiled eggs, I'm gonna heat this on high until the water boils. Then after it boils, I'm gonna turn the temperature down to low and cover it and cook it for 1 more minute. So I'll be back as soon as my eggs are cooked. Okay, once my eggs are cooked, I've decided to use a bigger bowl instead of that little yellow bowl because all of them didn't fit. So once they're cool enough to touch, most of you probably know how to peel an egg, so I'm just gonna put a little piece of paper towel down to catch the shells, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start peeling all the eggs. Okay, now that all my eggs are peeled and cooled down, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the bowls for the dye. So I have 3 bowls because I have 3 different colored dyes. So the colors I'll be using are blue, green, and red, but this will come out more pink. So I'm just gonna put a couple drops into each bowl. I'm gonna do about 4. Okay, once you have your food dye in there, I'm gonna fill each bowl up with some cold water. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a sandwich baggie ready by just opening it, and I'm gonna kind of flip the top down just like that. So with each egg, I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna cut it in half. Okay, then with a spoon, I'm gonna scoop out the yolk. Okay, I'm scooped it out as best as I can, and now I'm gonna put the yolk right into that little baggie, and I'm gonna do this for all the eggs. Okay, once the yolk is scooped out of the egg, you're gonna go ahead and place the egg part right into one of the bowls with the dye and let it soak completely. So I put one in blue, and I will fill that up with water, and that one just broke, but we'll still use it. All the eggs are cut and soaking in the dye. I have all my yolk in this, so we're gonna go ahead and add the ingredients. So you're gonna need 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. So I'm gonna scoop that out with a spoon, put it right in there. You're also gonna need a teaspoon of vinegar. I only have a 1/2 teaspoon thing, so I'm just gonna do it twice and add it right to the bag as well. So that's 1/2. And that's the other half. And I'm also gonna need 1/8 of a teaspoon of regular table salt. Okay, so at this point is where you would also add the mustard if you're gonna add that into your eggs, but I'm not going to. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close this. Just seal it up nice and tight so nothing can escape. And then I'm just gonna take my fingers and literally just smush this until it's all mixed well together and all the yolk is really, really like mushy and soft. As I'm mushing it, you can kind of feel the balls of yolk, so just use your fingers. Like there's a big ball right here. I'm just using my fingers and pressing it and mushing it down. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until it's all well blended and mushed together. Okay, my yolk is all except for that little part, it's all mixed together. So I'm gonna put that aside, and I'm also gonna need a pair of scissors to cut a little, to snip off the corner in this bag so we can kind of squeeze it out. But my eggs have been soaking in here for probably about 15-20 minutes, so let's take a look at them. So I think that's the blue. I think that's as bright as these are gonna get, to be completely honest. Okay, the pink came out really, really pink. That's nice. And then the green look like that. So definitely the pink came out the brightest. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take these. I have a little piece of paper towel. I'm just gonna gently dab them to get off any of the excess water. And then once I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and place them right on my egg tray. So they'll look like that when I'm all done. Short one, but I'm not gonna worry about it. So this is what they should all look like. I just kind of went in a pattern. I did pink, blue, and then green, and then just followed that pattern all the way around. So now we're ready to add the yolk to these eggs. They look awesome. I love how they turned out. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and just snip off the very corner of this bag. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just gonna squeeze very, very gently, and on one of the eggs, I'm just gonna kind of swirl the yolk around and pile it on top of itself. Just like that. I'm gonna bring the camera down a little bit closer so you can get an up-close view of what I'm doing. With the tiny bit of yolk that I have left, I'm just gonna squeegee it all to the bottom and add to any egg that I feel could use a little bit more, just so none of this goes to waste. And as the finishing touch, we're gonna add a little bit of paprika. I'm gonna use that 1/8 teaspoon to scoop it out. And I'm just gonna very lightly tap on it to sprinkle on top of the, oh, okay, that was a little too, that was a little too hard, but that one's extra spicy. This is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These were so easy and so much fun to make, yet they're gonna make such a big presentation when it comes to Easter. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up. You can also subscribe if you want to. And until my next video, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.